Hello, everyone.
So, Bob says that Jose Pedraza poses a bigger challenge, or could pose a bigger challenge than Linares.
Just wouldn't know him. Let me introduce you. This is Vasyl Lomachenko.
Okay, nice to meet you. So, Bob says that Jose Pedraza probably poses a greater challenge to you than Linares. What does Jose Pedraza bring to the table against you?
Pedraza как бы создать тебе, Боб говорит, что, наверное, Pedraza может создать тебе больше проблем, чем Linares. Как ты можешь это?
We'll see. Nobody knows because it's a boxing, and I have a long time period of rest, and I forget a lot of moves. I forget a lot of punches. I have a 6 months rest. I had 6 months rest. So now I reload my program. Now I load a new program in my head. We'll see. We'll see December 8th.
How's your shoulder feeling?
Good. Thank you.
Do you feel the rest that you needed it? Do you feel good with the rest?
Yeah, maybe because I train from my childhood. I never rest, and then I was an amateur boxer. It was a very hard schedule. Every day you need to stay focused. Every day you need to stay physically strong. You had a lot of competition, and it was my first weekend, да?
No, it was my first rest.
It was my first rest and first big vacation in my life, and I'm happy. And now I miss for boxing, and now I come back.
Were you frustrated in the vacation? Were you frustrated, like, gosh, I'm used to training so much, but were you frustrated resting, or too long of a rest, or too long of a vacation?
Расстроился, как бы, что был такой большой период.
Then I know about my problem, and then I know about 6 months rest. First of all, of course, I'm как будто расстроился.
I was frustrated.
Как?
Frustrated.
I was frustrated, of course, but then I rest 1 month. I think, I want 1 more month, and after 2 months, maybe I want to next month. So now for me was enough time miss for boxing.
Was it hard to get back into it, being that you were enjoying the vacation so much? Was it hard to kind of get back in the gym and?
Yeah. It was hard mentally. You need begin change schedule. You need begin настроить себя.
To prepare.
You need to prepare for hard schedule for 3 times a day in a train. So
is that easier or more difficult, being that you did just fight Linares, you moved up to lightweight, you fought bigger names than Pedraza. It is a big fight, but is it harder to kind of get out from vacation mode and get up for a name like Jose Pedraza?
Трудно с такого большого периода как бы готовился и опять вернуться и такое имя как Pedraza боксировать. Трудно для тебя было?
No, not too hard. No. I repeat, I miss. That's why not too hard. And of course I can fight after a long time period rest. I can fight. Start with Mikey, but Pedraza, I think it's a very good choice.
Yeah, you've been going to a lot of fights in the meantime, huh? You like the Khabib counter fight, you went to the UK, Joshua.
Yes.
Did you enjoy getting to go to all the fights?
Yeah, of course I enjoy. It's everything всегда, да, правильно?
Every time or everything?
Of course, it's every time interesting. Then I sit like a fan, and you saw and fights. Then I was in UFC fights. I was the first time.
The first time, okay.
The first time, and now I understand why people love UFC. It's a very, it's a very big action.
What do you think of Pedraza's fight against Ray Beltran? What are some of your thoughts on him as a fighter in general?
I can answer this question because now I'm not ready, and now I didn't see his fights. I saw just a couple highlights, 30 seconds with Davis and with Beltran. I don't have a time learn his style, and I can explain now.
You're not going to watch this fight at all? You're not going to study it going forward?
No, I have a time. Of course, I study. Of course, I watch his fights. Of course.
Loma, you said you were at a Khabib Conner. You understand why people like it now. Why is that? And what were your thoughts on the aftermath of all that stuff when Khabib jumped out and all that?
Что ты думаешь по поводу этого, когда ты говорил, что что ты знаешь, почему сейчас людям нравится, и какие твои мысли, какие твои мнения о том, что он выпрыгнул с этого?
You know, it's very hard give оценка. Давайте оценку.
To compare, or hard to give my opinion.
Yeah, it's very not just my give opinion of people, because you never know what he feel. You never know what he think, and it's his choice. It's his я не знаю, как им объяснить. It's very hard to explain you in English.
So he could translate.
Для того, чтобы понять человека и говорить о чем-то, нужно хотя бы одеть его вещи и пройтись в ней и понять, что чувствует он.
To understand somebody else's feelings and to understand somebody else what he's doing, you need at least to be into his skin for a little bit and just to understand why he's doing all of this and why it's done. And it's very hard. It's very hard to comment on it.
Yes, of course. A lot of people talk. Oh, it's not right. It's bad. It's not right. It's not like a athlete. It's not like a professional. But wait. Yes. I am agree. But no.
As Khabib said, eagles don't sit in a cage, eagles fly.
Vasyl, you've won titles at 26, 30, and now 35. For the foreseeable future, do you see yourself staying at lightweight for a while?
Ты прошел уже 3 весовые категории. Ты видишь себя, что ты будешь в этом весе оставаться?
Now I didn't see. I my next weight category 140. I didn't see. I stay 135. I focus in 135 because then I was a fight with Linares. I feel he is bigger than me, so I stay 135. Because I think 135 it's not my weight category now, but after 1 or 2 years, it will be my weight.
So you're going to stay here for a little bit while longer.
Yes.
The only real big fight at 135 right now is you versus Mikey Garcia. And Bob said he wants to make it, but do you think it'll happen?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I hope, and we can see now in the future, because we have my next fight on December 8th with Pedraza. So after Pedraza, we can talk about fight with Mikey.
Is that a fight?
The Linares fight was obviously a big career-defining win for you, and you've been at other fights since then, just in the stands. Have you felt like your profile has grown off of that win, and more people know who you are? And are you hungry to reach that next level with a fight against Mikey to become like a real superstar?
Ты сам как бы думаешь, что тебе интересно этот бой побоксировать с Майки, чтобы тебя поднять, еще планку твою выше поднять, чтобы ты еще выше поднялся, что уже действительно как бы перешел на суперстар.
Yeah, of course. I won this fight, and every time I talk about this fight, I'm not scared. I'm not прячусь.
I'm not hiding.
I'm not hiding. I always open. I always talking about top fighters. I always talking about my future fights. What I want, top fighters, big names. So it's every understand and every knows. It depends not from athletes. It depends from promoters.
Do you enjoy it when people come up to you and know who you are and
Yeah, of course.
casual sports fan recognizes you?
Of course.
Loma, could you talk a little bit about your relationship with Alexander Usyk? He's such a great friend of yours, and I was wondering what you thought of his upcoming fight and how your life together has been as boxers under your father.
Про Саню что
Да,
рассказать?
про Саню говорит. Может что-нибудь про Саню поговорить? Вот, ваши отношения, про его бой, который состоится в следующем.
He has my friend. We knows both Lara years. We fought in amateur. We train in with my father both, and he крестный отец, like godfather. He is a godfather. My son, I'm a godfather. His son. So we are family, and. Now he prepared for his fights with Tony Bellew. It was a very interesting fight. It was a fight which came in history, boxing history. So he's a good personality.
Loma, if I wear Boxera, would I be a better fighter?
Если,
He has Boxera on today.
yeah, you what? Do you
Does
like
it make people a better fighter or just make you look good?
Он говорит, если ты носишь боксер, ты можешь быть лучше боксером или только лучше выглядеть?
My style and my boxing skill не зависит, not depends.
That depends.
Not depends from my dress.
When you go to these fights, people ask you about Mikey a lot when you go there, like fans and stuff.
What?
When you go to all these fights, like in England and UFC, do people come up to you and ask you about Mikey?
Подходят люди, как бы спрашивают по поводу
Yeah.
Гарсии,
Yeah.
когда ты ходишь туда на UFC, в Лондоне.
Yeah, because it's a very interesting fight for fans. It's a very interesting fight for people who love boxing. Of course, if I will be in the fans one of athletes, and I know and I understand about future his opponent, good opponent, I interested too, and I always ask too about future fights.
Vasyl, you've always wanted to be the best, but seeing Alexander Usyk unify the cruiserweight titles, does that motivate you more to want to unify all the world titles at 135 pounds?
Бодрит тебя, когда ты увидел, что сейчас Саня вот выиграл 4 года, то есть как бы тебе еще больше появляется желание.
Then I come in the professional boxing. I have a goal. Has a head for titles. It was my goal. But it depends not athletes.
Mm-hmm.
If we then I was at 126. If for me organize 4 titles, уверен.
I was sure.
I was sure I won these 4 titles. Then I come at 130. I was sure I won 4 titles. Now I was sure I won 4 titles.
What would you think about a homecoming fight in Ukraine?
Что рассказать?
What do you think?
Coming back to Ukraine and fighting a
Что ты
professional
думаешь
fight?
по поводу того, чтобы поехать обратно на Украину, побоксировать на Украине?
I never fought in Ukraine like a professional
No, what
boxer.
would you think about in the future?
Of course, it's very interesting. Of course, it's very it's a big honor for me, and I think a lot of people comes to stadium and they want to see my fights.
Who will pay for it?
You?
Yeah.
Do you think fighters trained by your father have a distinct style? And if so, what is that?
Ты думаешь, что людей, которые тренирует твой папа, у них есть другой стиль? И если да, то какой?
My father never changed the style. Never changed the style. He changed their mind. He changed their physically condition, and he gives for boxers all conditioning what they need to win. Я правильно сказал? Нет?
Gives a condition to make sure we're gonna win.
Loma, if not Mikey.
Loma's got to do workout now. So,
Do you think?
yeah, do your
Just, what's your biggest challenge outside of Mikey Garcia, in your opinion?
Кто для тебя еще больше может быть самый больший, кроме
I don't
Гарсии?
wanna behind, да, впереди. Как бы-
Ahead.
Ahead?
Ahead.
I don't wanna run ahead to train. You know, I'm a real deal. I don't like it talking. If I come in the ring, if I step in the ring, you all knows it will be very interesting. And for me it's not важно. Важно.
Not important.
For me it's not important who stay передо мной.
In front of
In front of me.
You're not going to jump out any rings at anybody? You're not going to jump out at any rings at anybody? At anybody's team?
I don't know.
Ring is not a cage.